Welcome back to Painted Garden Farm. This is Terry. If you haven't joined us before, I am a suburban homesteader making as big a garden as I can grow in my backyard, and hopefully getting chickens. I used to be Highview Hill Micro Farm, and we moved, and I wasn't doing videos for a while, but I'm started up again, and I thank you for joining me. And anybody that's been watching this year, I started up some seeds a couple months back and probably started some of them too early, as you can tell by the extreme. These are my tomatoes, and some of them are the same varieties. Now my Barry's Crazy Cherry, this is a pretty good sized one. This is an Orange Queen. This, I got them all my tags are turned around. This is a Barry's Crazy Cherry, which is a pretty good looking one. Some of them are like totally wonky. This is one of those Super Sweet 100s, which were brand new seeds. Crazy, it's a cherry tomato hybrid. This is Barry's Crazy Cherry. Now, this was planted the same day as this and this. And they had the same conditions, but there you go. This little guy is a pork chop. And to show you the variations, this flopping over guy is also a pork chop. And he's about 1.5 feet tall. And I'm going to have to stake him in this pot because he keeps tilting over and it looks like his roots are coming up. I might need to put in some more dirt. This in between here getting mangled is either a Barry's Crazy or a Super Sweet 100. And he's a little like the others, and maybe I can actually match him up. I think he's a Super Sweet, looking by the leaves. He could be Barry's, it's hard to tell. Till he grows a tomato, I ain't gonna know. This is an Orange Queen. And this is an Osborne Oxheart, which I really want a bunch of them. But I don't think I got many to do much. Later on, I planted a little bit of, maybe at the same time, I planted a little bit of kale. That's how big the kale has come up. There was like 3 of them that came up, and they were all that size, and some I planted right away because it's, cool weather crop. And it didn't do too good. Gradually get used to the weather. So down here, I have them in the screen porch so they're not getting a lot of wind, just a light breeze. It's pretty warm today, which might be a little bit shocking to them. Those are Super Sweet Hybrid 100s. White Thomasol tomatoes, which some of them did great, some of them sprouted and died. There's a Barry's Crazy Cherry up in the corner that's little. Again, the sizes are so widely varied. Now this is a huckleberry, and that's another kale that actually did fairly well. We'll see how it comes out. So I up-potted a lot of these already, as you can tell. Under the chair I have some more tomatoes, and again, very varied sizes. More garden huckleberries here. And outside here we have, I up-potted a lot of peppers. So these are Pepper Etiuda, which is an orange bell, and Pepper Licia, which is a red sweet pepper. And these are some really nice, lush looking garden huckleberries. And this is the one Pepino melon that grew. And another Pepper Etiuda. And these are, see, a lot of mold grew on my things, even though if you watched me put boiling water in my seed starter mix, it didn't kill anything. I still got mold. That in this tier planter with my strawberries, and I'm going to build this tier planter up and put more herbs in it, I think, and maybe some flowers. But these strawberries I bought at Lowe's Garden Center, already grown. They are All Stars, which are June bearing. And then I also put in these guys, which are an ever bearing. And this one it's Ozark Beauty. This one got attacked by a groundhog. Can't escape the groundhogs. This one's still in good shape. So I gotta hang those up today so he can't get at them. But yeah, look how pretty those huckleberries look. My Aunt Molly's ground cherries, I think I have one plant that lived, and it's in here somewhere. Or maybe in the house already. And I put a few of the plants back downstairs, and these are going to go back downstairs because they're still pretty small except for those huckleberries. And I want them to be on the heat and under lights and not growing wonky. Not growing wonky in the window. Alright, so in this bucket are 2 dwarf cherry trees that I got bare root from Burgess Seed Company, or Seed and Plant. So they came bare root, so they're soaking and they're getting planted today. I put them in the water yesterday so they can wake up. I will show you. I tilled up the ground and planted my 2 elderberry bushes, and they're 2 different cultivars so that they can cross-pollinate each other, and they look like just a stick in the mud right now, and that's basically what they are. But they did have live growth on them, and it's kind of buried right now. It was right at the very bottom where the line is for the dirt line, the soil line they tell you to look for to plant. So while we're out here, because of our weather being so crazy, off and on, I mean, these got to be the slowest growing radishes in history right here. I planted these a month and a half ago, and they're barely anything to them. I don't know if they'll make actual radishes or not. So I planted more. Last night, I planted a row of Cherry Belle and Cherry Giant or something in here. And there's also, I think, beets growing in here. I planted beets and cabbage and radishes. Oh, the radishes are coming up finally. They weren't coming up loud. See that? Overnight. And I stirred up all this stuff and nothing happened. Maybe that was the cabbages. I don't know. But something's growing here and it looks like radishes, which is fine because multiple harvest of radishes looks good, and I'm hoping those are beets because I like beet greens. Okay, and here are the peas, which every single variety came up, no matter how old the seeds were. The tallest ones in the front are those, I forget what they're called, but they're the ones that get lots of, and you can see them on here. Lots of beans, peas are also doing great. So everything is on its way. And here is my beautiful, beautiful lettuce. And I'm guessing I'll be able to add some of these pretty little greens to my salad any day now. But look at the varieties of color. You can see the reds and the speckled spotted. That's Rocky Top Salad Blend, or Rocky Mountain. I think Rocky Top Salad Blend from Baker's Creek. I know it's Rocky something. So, and I planted right here, I planted some tennis ball lettuce that I got from Baker's Creek. I just planted that last night, and I have to water all that stuff in that I planted last night. I never did that. So there, that blue thing is my dryer drum that's going to be filled up and be a planting bed. And I have nasturtium seed soaking and morning glory seed soaking. Oh, hello, Rockin' Robin. Then I'm about to go put in the dirt too. So all the soaking things need to get planted. But I just wanted to give you a bit of an update on what's new and exciting around here. I also, just so you know, you can check Craigslist to score some fabulous stuff. So that roll of fencing sitting there I got for free. Somebody was taking it up out of their yard. That's probably $100 worth. I need a lot of trellis fencing, and that's going to work for me. Beans, every kind of thing. I want to try to trellis as much as I can, and I'm just hoping I can fit everything I've decided to grow into my garden beds. So wish me luck on that. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but I soak certain seeds for planting. These are nasturtiums. They're Burpee Fort Hook Favorites mixed colors, and I'm using one of those Yoplait Wee dessert jars to soak them in. These are Morning Glories by Ferry Morse. They're called Flying Saucers. They're variegated blue and white, which I think are lovely. And so I'm going to take these out and plant them. These are going to go in garden beds in the corners or here and there along the edges. These are going to go along the fence to my neighbor's yard, because when we put it up, I know they weren't pleased, and I said, don't worry, I'll make it pretty. So I'm going to do that. I already planted breadseed poppy there, and I am going to plant these there as well, because the poppies are short-lived. So I will show you these whenever they grow. Thanks for taking a peek. See you next time.